What if I told you there's a company born from the ashes of 9/11 that now holds the power to see everything? From global threats to supply chain bottlenecks to even your hospital bed. Today, we're diving into Palantir, the ultra-secretive tech giant that might just be saving the world or quietly rewriting the rules of it. 9/11, a day that really changed everything. When those towers came down, it felt like the whole world just woke up to a new reality. And suddenly, everyone was asking the same question: how could something like this even happen? It felt like overnight, security went from something in the background to the absolute top priority.
And aggressive steps to improve the security of our airways.
You saw it at the airports, with those check-ins turning into these long, probing lines. And it felt like new government agencies just popped up out of nowhere with all sorts of new powers. And right in the middle of this panic, Palantir, a company founded out of a sense of national purpose, a promise that a tragedy like 9/11 must never happen again. They weren't just offering another piece of software, no. They were promising the ultimate digital eyes and ears, a system designed to navigate the overwhelming oceans of data and, supposedly, pinpoint the threats before they could strike. They were crafting the very tools for a new age of surveillance, an age Palantir seemed destined to dominate.
The way you preserve civil liberties is not to have terrorist attacks.
At the forefront, we've got this totally unexpected duo, a billionaire tech renegade and a philosopher with seriously impressive hair. So one was busy battling digital con artists, right? And the other? He was all about cracking the code of human behavior. But here's where it gets interesting. They were both laser-focused on one mission, giving brilliant minds superpowers over the information overload. Now, guess who came knocking early on? The CIA. They invested a quiet $2 million. Not for spying, but for sense-making. For helping the good guys keep up in a world where threats move fast and data moves even faster. So Palantir aimed to tackle a pretty fundamental problem. Think about any big organization today. Seriously, what do you see? It's usually a total software monster. A crazy mess of databases that don't talk to each other, systems from, like the Stone Age, and oceans of information with no structure. So you've got vital intelligence, crucial business insights, and even life-saving data, all trapped in dozens of systems that just don't talk to each other. The info's right there, but it's locked away in a dozen different digital languages. So what happens when all that vital information is locked away? Mistakes get made, bad decisions, missed threats, wasted money, and in some cases, lost lives. That's the chaos Palantir wanted to fix. So Palantir is all about teaming up the power of the human brain with modern computers, like, hey, let's use both. They use their software to create new efficiencies. They're really focused on changing how we make decisions, by bringing all the right information to the surface, so you can make better choices, whether it's in hospitals, or out on oil fields, or in crazy supply chains, or even, on the battlefield. Now, here's the thing. You can't just use one piece of software to solve everything. So Palantir built a few different pieces to tackle different problems. Palantir's big idea wasn't just another database. It was, and is, something way more profound, the ontology. Now, don't let the name scare you. It's actually super cool and simpler than it sounds. Think of it like this. It's a translator, but for all your data. It takes all that messy info and turns it into one shared, searchable language. But get this, it doesn't just store the data, it actually understands what that data means. I'm talking people, places, actions, everything finally making sense together. With that structure, Palantir builds what's called a digital twin. It's like a real-time virtual mirror of everything that's going on. You can search it, question it, even run simulations. It's basically giving your team X-ray vision into everything they're working on. So their first big product? Gotham. Yeah, like Batman. But this is a serious tool for serious problems. Military operations, battling counterterrorism, fighting off cyber threats. Think of it like Batman's supercomputer for real life. But hold on, Palantir wasn't stopping there. Their ambitions stretched way beyond just the government. That's when Foundry emerged as the operating system for the modern enterprise. From optimizing Airbus's manufacturing to helping Wendy's manage its supply chain, or assisting energy companies in preventing blackouts, Foundry aims to embed data-driven decision-making into the very core of global commerce. Empowering both of these realms is Apollo, Palantir's continuous delivery system. Get this, it lets Palantir update, fix, or patch software anywhere. I'm talking even on a submarine or in outer space. Now, let's add AI into the mix. Palantir's AIP doesn't just throw chatbots into spreadsheets, it makes AI smart within your unique world. It knows what a truck is, or a missile, or a hospital bed, and helps make decisions in context. It's like giving AI a pair of glasses so it can actually see what's going on. The name Palantir, those all-seeing stones, was deliberately chosen. They grant immense knowledge, but in Tolkien's tales, they could also deceive or be used for ill. And here's where it gets complicated. Palantir's technology has been credited with some undeniable successes, aiding in disaster relief, combating human trafficking, and reportedly playing a role in some seriously high-stakes intelligence operations. But this very power, it draws intense fire. Their contracts with U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE, have led to sustained protests and accusations of facilitating family separations. And its use in predictive policing and broad government surveillance, well, that fuels fears of a true totalitarian nightmare, as one civil liberties group warned. So the big question, where's the balance between security and privacy? Insight and intrusion lies at the heart of the Palantir storm. In the stock market, Palantir has been called everything. Overhyped, underpriced, unstoppable, unstable. Some people see pure genius. Others, they see danger lurking around the corner. Palantir, they see themselves as a necessary force, tackling the world's hardest problems and defending Western values. And their CEO, Alex Karp, he openly embraces controversial partnerships. But here's the big question we have to ask ourselves. Is this technology a shield, absolutely essential for protecting society in this dangerous age we live in? Or is it a sword with two edges, where the price of its power is a constant dance with some profound ethical dilemmas? Palantir was born from tragedy to prevent the next big blind spot that we didn't see coming. But what we as a society do with the power that this technology offers, that's still being decided. The question isn't just what Palantir sees, it's what we choose to do with what we now can see. So, what do you think? Is Palantir a force for good in the world? Or is it something way more complicated?